Hey guys, so do not mind the mess that is my room. I'm actually here to talk about a few key, major, big. Give me a second here. I want to talk about a few. Freaking phone charger. A few things I've noticed. Son of a biscuit! Okay, there we go. I'm going to talk about a few things I've seen, noticed, and learned throughout my time on TikTok. And yes, I have a TikTok, by the way. And that's probably where most of you guys are going to come from, because as soon as this video uploads, I'm going to make a video on there saying, "Oh, hey, I made a YouTube video." Here's the thing. I've learned more about how actually not smart some people can actually be. Now, before going into TikTok, I like to get involved in politics, and I slowly try to get out of it, because I've noticed a lot of hypocrisy within both conservative and liberal groups. And as you guys know, if you guys have been a follower of my YouTube channel for a while, I used to be very conservative. But recently I've learned that it was best to just kind of keep an open mind, that if you truly want to get to know anybody, you truly want to be able to win a debate, keep an open mind. That way you can at least understand that this is where these people are coming from, instead of having this biased outlook from this side. And I learned the same with Catholicism, because going into TikTok, I never really thought about Catholicism as Christianity, and I had this kind of closed-minded view of Catholicism. And then I hear a lot of Catholics talking about Catholicism. I was like, okay, now I actually kind of want to learn more about Catholicism. It doesn't mean I necessarily agree with it, doesn't mean I like it, or subscribe to those ideas, but I definitely see where they are coming from. Oh yeah, and by the way, my birthday was soon, and those three up there, those two golden ones, and that one is what I got for my birthday. They're pop figures, by the way. It's been a while since I actually made a YouTube video. I'm gonna have to update you guys on some stuff. But, what was he talking about? Oh, yeah. I learned a lot. And not only from TikTok, but from a friend that, we aren't really on speaking terms anymore. Because we still argued a lot, but they actually pointed out a lot of things to me that I found very valuable within politics. That I've noticed a lot of, I guess, cons. I could say they showed me pros and cons of their way of thinking, and at least politically, and I've really take a lot from their pros. That is, politics in general is just stupid. And I'm not I've known that for a while, but I've always pushed the importance of politics and why I think it's so important. And I really do still push the importance of politics, because these are big issues that are life-changing. And one of the big things that I've noticed was I didn't need Mark Dice or Caitlin Bennett to show me how stupid, my bad, I did not mean to say stupid, I meant to say not smart, liberals can actually be. And if you ever watched, what's his name? Something Bailey. I think that's his last name. I know it starts with a V and has a whole bunch of LY stuff in it. Anyways, he has this series called Living with a Liberal. Anyways, and at first I was thinking, okay, now this is just an exaggeration. I get it, it's for a joke. But this is where a lot of people, and I thought about it for a second. No. Drew is the perfect. Wait, is it Drew? Or is it Sean? Is it Drew or Sean? It's Drew. Sean's the conservative, right? I don't know. Whichever one's the liberal. That at first I was thinking, no, this is just a joke to just exaggerate how we see these people. But besides the diaper thing, I'm convinced that this is an actual documentary about somebody's life. Like, that's how convinced I am. From TikTok, by the way. People that I've seen from TikTok that are liberal, they're actually this dumb. Like, I thought that Mark Dice was just, exaggerating it a little bit. But no, he wasn't. The people are actually this stupid. Now, I'm not saying that there's not a single smart Democrat, there's not a single smart liberal or leftist out there that actually knows how to present their ideas in a respectable and smart manner. And I would like to sit down and talk to these people, to learn from these people. But when it comes down to people that just say, hey, I want to destroy America because the news says America's racist, those people, I thought didn't actually exist. I thought it was just an exaggeration. But no, they actually exist. And they're stupid. I'm sorry, not that smart. It's frustrating, honestly. And people actually buy into TikTok for their news sources, and I'm thinking, okay, you're actually going to listen to somebody that talks about things for a minute maximum, that spends on a minute maximum to tell you information about something that could change the future for the better or worse. And you're just going to listen to it for a minute and not dive deeper into it. And people do that. My phone case is very dirty, so I'm going to clean it while I talk. And that's not only in politics, though. That's a lot of what Christians have done, too. Okay. And I find myself doing that a lot, is that I'll listen to doctrines and theologies from people that only have a minute to talk. Now, when it comes down to encouraging videos and talking about, kind of small things that we can correct in our lives, those things are easier to listen to because it's just like, hey, don't steal. That I could say that in a second, and you guys know exactly what I mean. But when it comes down to you can or can't lose your salvation, you need more than just a minute to talk about that. So yeah. But sometimes, people are able to get their point across in a minute that I can actually understand what they're saying. So yeah. I can't believe all that is just coming from an app where kids dance inappropriately. That is weird. That is weird, but not just the, kids dancing part. But it's weird that this app was meant for just entertainment and humor, and I found so much information from it. And it's pretty sad whenever you have to turn to entertainment for your news source because you can't trust the actual media. But for some reason, people still tend to trust the actual media, despite knowing that it lies to them like crazy. Anyways, just because you slap news on the title of it doesn't mean it is. But yeah. I found that anybody will bring up anything on Trump. Well, I know this, but people bring up anything on Trump just to make him look worse or bad. Like, people talk about the anonymous leaks. They weren't actually leaks. This was actually day one of his presidency of Trump raping somebody. He knew Jeffrey Epstein. That's the most connections that you'll get. That's the most you'll be like, oh, well, yeah, okay, you got a point there. But he knew Jeffrey Epstein. That's the most that you're going to get me to say, well, I mean, there's definitely something there for, these allegations to make sense. But here's the thing. Just because he knew somebody that did these things to kids doesn't mean he was in on the crowd. In fact, there's an entire list of celebrities that were in on this, and Trump wasn't one of them. But you're listening to the celebrities that were on the list that says otherwise, that says he did this and this and this. But the leaks, yeah, that was all bullcrap. This was false rape allegations that half the women from these leaks were have already came out and said, yeah, this isn't real. It's just like the Brett Kavanaugh, my bad. I'm thinking of The Flash. Man, I haven't watched that in forever, too. And I know they're like in their 6th season already. I'm thinking, whoa. I stopped watching in 5th. For multiple reasons I'll get into in my comic book channel. But yeah, you know, with Brett Kavanaugh, everybody knows that people are, and the thing is, the person that I hear talking about, the person that was talking about this with me, knows what I'm about to say, yet still says that Trump is a rapist. Anybody will attack a Republican just to make them look bad, just to get them out of an office position. Not only Democrats, or not only Republicans, but I'm sure people have done that with Democrats. Not Joe Biden, because I can actually believe this woman that says Joe Biden raped her, because it makes more sense. Because that's just, you know, you've seen the videos. He touches kids. And that's not even a lot. Like, there are videos of him groping kids, kissing them, touching their butts, touching their breasts. These are 8-year-olds. And he's like 70-something. And he's touching them. That's one reason why I don't want to vote for Joe Biden. The second reason, he doesn't know where he is half the time. Do you really... And I'm not trying to, you know, make fun of his mental state like a lot of conservatives do. I'm being for real, though. Like, I'm not attacking his problem that he actually has. But think about this logically. Would you want somebody that doesn't know where he's at half the times, that confused his wife or his sister, and vice versa? Do you really want somebody... Really, dog? Really? Do you really want somebody like that doesn't know what they're talking about, that doesn't... And when I say doesn't know what they're talking about, I don't mean, well, you just don't know what you're talking about. I mean, he literally forgets what he's saying halfway through his sentences. I do that sometimes. Do you really want somebody like that writing out bills? Think about it. He's going to go to sign, let's say the Green New Deal, alright? He goes to sign it, and he forgets what he's doing, and could put in something in the Green New Deal about nuclear missiles, and that was supposed to be for an entire other bill. And that bill, the Green New Deal bill, will just not get passed, because he's talking about something else. And I'm not exaggerating this by any means. I'm sure this could actually be a thing that happens. I mean, taking it from me, somebody that doesn't have the same mental problems that Joe Biden has, I do stuff like that a lot. I just blank out sometimes, and then I'll focus back on what I'm doing, and we'll start writing. Like, I could be writing an essay about phones, alright, and I just blank out for a second, and I'll look at these weights up here. And so then I start talking about the gym on the paper, and then before I know it, I realize, oh wait, that wasn't supposed to be there. If somebody like me that doesn't have these same mental problems as he does is able to do something like that, think about somebody that does have these mental problems. Think about what he could do. This is just one of the reasons why I just don't want to vote for Joe Biden. I mean, I would probably say, yeah, okay, Nancy Pelosi, because, well, she doesn't have mental problems. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you could argue otherwise, but I'm just kidding. But seriously though, like, Hillary Clinton, let's be honest, was a better candidate than Joe Biden. So, like, why Joe Biden? But yeah, that's just one reason why I'm voting for Trump. Or at least Kanye. Yeah, I know it's probably most likely him doing that. I don't know, he had a rally and everything, so I don't know if he's really doing that. And I don't know if he's really a Christian, or if he's doing everything that he's doing for just publicity. But I'm going to be real. I would much rather vote for Kanye West than Joe Biden or Donald Trump. And I support Trump. But I'm probably going to vote for Trump in the 2020 election. Because, let's be real, okay? As a Christian, I have so many problems what he says and does as a Christian. But that does not whether or not he's a Christian has nothing to do with his ability to lead a country. For some reason, that's what every liberal points to. And I've noticed a lot of liberals be like, well, I don't think Donald Trump is the Christian he says he is. And this is stuff I noticed from Snapchat. I don't think Donald Trump's the Christian he says he is, therefore he's not fit to run a country. Like, okay, you cuss up a storm. You called out me for talking about God 24/7, saying you talk about God way too much, and you're telling me what it means to be a Christian. You're not even a Christian. But still, I have so many problems with what he says as a Christian, like, as in regards to forgiveness of sins and repentance. He talked about something that was way off, and something I wish I could, if I were to sit down in a room with him and talk about, I would talk to him with this stuff. But therefore, or why I say therefore, with that being said, I would much rather vote for Mike Pence, because I know he's a preacher. I know he's got to know something about this. But yeah, that's the thing too. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not, politics isn't about who's more religious than the other person. It's not about religion at all. If that was the case, then that is a direct infringement on the First Amendment right. But as a Christian, I don't agree with what he says. But as somebody that wants the best for this country, that loves this country to death, I mean, yeah, I like this country pretty much. And like every 4th of July, I'm singing "Born in the U." But here's the thing: I've noticed a lot about this country. We're not perfect. Yes, there was slavery in the past. I wish we can go back and fix that. In fact, that's what the founding fathers wanted. They wanted slavery to be abolished, but they knew what cost it would be if they were to outright ban slavery. Right, as soon as we won the war, the Revolutionary War, I know that if George Washington was like, yeah, well, let's just not have slaves, and he treated his slave fairly. He treated him like a person, not property. Which is, whenever in regards to the Bible, that's how, when the Bible does talk about slavery, that's how it says to treat other people as if they were, or treat slaves as if they were people, not property, because they're not property. And slavery in the Bible was not the same as the slavery in the United States. Slavery in the Bible was like, oh, hey, you owe me a debt, so here, you can work it off by just cleaning my house, or something like that. That's what slavery was in the Bible. It wasn't like, oh, hey, get back to work. Sorry if I gave anybody PTSD from that, which I doubt I did. Which is another thing. People still bring up slavery like it's current. I'm not a slave owner. I never was. I never have been. I never wanted to be. And by the way, butlers and maids are a form of slavery. So, everybody is a slave. I'm just going to be real. Everybody's a slave to something. Slave to your cell phone, slave to your thoughts, slave to this country. Slave to other countries, if you're out of the United States. Oh, but anyways, so I'm getting way off topic. But yeah, we are all in one way or another a slave. If you're working for somebody, even if you're getting paid, you're still slaving. And that's what I don't think people would really understand. It's just how you treat people. That's what was so bad. It's how you treated your slaves. That's what was so bad in America, was that people were just treating their slaves terribly. But anyways, my idea here, when it comes to America, it's not perfect. It's not a perfect country. We have a shady past, just as much as every country does. Israel has a very shady past. I mean, you pick up the Bible, you see how shady that past is. But you also notice that was Babylon, that was Egypt, that was Rome, that was Greece. That was every single country to ever exist has had a shady past. America just wanted to do what was best for America. America, that's what the system was, the perfect system, I believe. Well, that's what it's in place for. It's the American system was in place, the political lawmaking system was in place to better this country, so that when we decided to, abolish slavery, we could abolish slavery. Because we know the founding fathers knew that we wanted slavery gone, that it wasn't going to be a popular thing among people to say, hey, I don't want slavery. It wasn't going to be a popular thing. That's why, they set things up the way they did. They realized that, not everybody's going to be on board with a lot of this stuff at first. So let's just have it a way so that this stuff can happen. But yeah, if you ask me, I think the American system is perfect. It just has a lot of flawed people that are in office that make it not perfect. Think about it like God creating the universe. Everything, the earth specifically, everything was good, everything was perfect, but man came down. And when God created man, things were still good, but slowly you see the snake coming, and the snake could be corruption. It could be the abuse of powers that to represent. And yeah, that's just kind of how I see America, is that it's the perfect system. It's like God creating the universe, saying it was good, and then corruption slowly leaked its way into the earth, and humans, instead of flushing it out as much as quickly as possible, accepted it. And that's why that's why it can look so bad at times. There's still beauty in it, in the earth and in the American system, and there's still corruption and other stuff in the system. Who is that? Sorry, I got an Instagram notification. I'll check it out after this video. But yeah, it's you can understand what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's my one thing I want to leave everybody off with is, please, instead of just listening to whatever your favorite TikToker, your favorite news source, your favorite celebrity has to say about certain things, think for yourself. Please. I don't mean just go, okay, let me try to make Donald Trump look good. Let me try to make Donald Trump look bad. No. Look for the in-between. And that's what I do. I find a lot of... I look at Donald Trump's flaws. Like, he was like, yeah, the coronavirus is so that people can get mail-in ballots so that the Democrats can be voted in office. And I said, yeah, if he wins presidency again, he's going to regret saying that. Because he is. Whenever he's like, oh, yeah, you're going to fail, or this could be a setup for failure. This could be set up for failure because... Or, this could be set up for failure because it's easy for the Democrats to say, yeah, we won. It's huge. It's a major flaw. Yeah, the mail-in ballots is what he was talking about. And I go, you know what? He's going to regret saying that. And I put that on my story. He said that he is going to regret saying that if he wins the re-election. Which I hope he does, because so far, Donald Trump didn't burn down those buildings. Donald Trump didn't riot. It was the citizens that did it. So yeah. Like I said, and that's one of the things that I like about the American system so much, is that it's supposed to be the citizens to be in control. That's what I like. That's what I like to hear. I don't get why people want to not go that way. Like, think about it. The most the government should get involved is whenever things are starting to get bad. Whenever things, maybe like, there's some harmful things happening, like riots, that we step in, or that the government steps in and says, hey, enough is enough, stop doing this, you're tearing each other apart, this is not right. Stuff like that I think should be the government's roles. And things like taxes and all this stuff. I don't agree with taxes, but I understand how they're necessary. So yeah, if you guys do agree or disagree with me with anything I said, be sure to drop it down in the comments below, and we can discuss this. Also, one more thing I want to add is talking about in regards to Christian TikTok. The Christian side of TikTok. The side of TikTok that I'm most involved in is Christianity. Occasionally I'll drop my 2 cents on politics and political issues. Just because I talk about how I'm not a liberal and how I bash liberals a lot, that should not be, that should not keep you from liking my Christian content. That should not keep you from God. Okay, that should not, just me having my own political opinion should not give you the right to say, yeah, you're wrong, you're not a Christian because you're conservative, you're not a Christian because you're a liberal. No, that's just bullcrap. Here's the thing, though. I have found a lot of problems with Christian SJWs. They are the biggest hypocrites. Here's what I mean. Yes, homosexuality is sin. They do acknowledge that. They say, yeah, we need to treat homosexuals with the utmost respect. And then they'll go on to say, well, racism is bad, racism is sin, and if you're racist, unfollow me, you're a piece of garbage. So wait, with the same breath, you said that we need to treat homosexuals with respect, even though they're sinners. But when it comes down to racists, we're supposed to treat them like crap, even though they're sinners. That's just my biggest problem with a lot of SJW Christians that I've seen. And not just SJWs, but typically SJWs. But yeah, there's a lot of that stuff going around on Christian TikTok, and they're like, oh, we need to love each other. Like, yeah, we're supposed to love each other, but I have a different opinion than you, and you throw shade at me. Yeah, no. But anyways, guys, that was just a side rant. I'm actually done with this video. If you guys, like I said, if you guys have anything you want to say, go ahead and drop down in the comments below.